Look, we cannot save our children. We might think we can, but we cannot. When we talk about salvation, guys, we're not talking about a decision. Okay? You don't believe me? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 2. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9. He says here, so, I'm going to read the King James Version. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourself, it is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man shall boast. So, salvation is not a decision. I know we keep saying that in the churches and all that, but this is just not biblical. But as parents, we have a responsibility, and our responsibility is very clear in Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So even though salvation is a gift from God, even though salvation is something that he does, obviously we watch our testimony, obviously we are ready to preach the gospel, the good news. Those are things that we are called to do. But salvation himself is a gift from God. Regardless of that, as parents, we are trainers. We're supposed to be training our children in the way they should go. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but sometimes I see kids or young people from different cultures, different religions, and my God, they know how to act. They're good workers, they're responsible, they're polite. Some of them are even atheists, don't even believe in God. So what happened there? Then you look at some of our kids in the youth program at church, and they are the most undisciplined kids, disrespectful, spoiled. What's going on? The problem is that we don't take the time to train them. And sometimes in the most little things, in the little tiny things. Like for example, if you have a kid in your house, why that kid is not doing chores? See, when you do everything for that child, you spoiling that child. He grew up lazy. He grew up thinking that everybody else need to do things for him or her. Why, when they use dishes and they're dirty, why is it they just put the dishes in the sink? Sometimes they don't even put it in the sink. They just leave it at the table. They expect somebody else to do the work for them, and here comes mommy or daddy and get the plate and clean it for him or her. You're spoiling that child. Not teaching them respect, not teaching them discipline, not teaching them those things. Why? Because you're not taking the time to train them in the way they should go. And many times you come across folks who are not even believers, but they were trained. They know how to act. Sometimes I'd rather do business with folks that are not even involved in the church. Sometimes I'd rather do business with somebody who is not even a Christian. I get better results than somebody who is. Why? Because we become spoiled too. We think that, God is going to do everything for us. You see what I'm saying? So we don't do discipline because, God will take care of it. We don't do any correction. We don't do anything. God will take care of it. But we refuse to look at this Bible verse and say, train up a child. We are trainers. We're coaching. We're supposed to be teaching our kids. So now I'm very proud of my kids. My kids are adults, and the reason I'm proud of them is because they work. They're able to keep a job. They're likable. They're doing fine. They're doing well. They are in different spiritual levels. Some of them are not where I would like for them to be, but I know that, hey, in due time, God will save them because that's God's job. My job was to train them to make sure that when they get to that job, they do a good job, they work hard, that they're respectful. That's what I did. I trained them up, and it was awesome for me. The three oldest one came to me one time and said, "Daddy, I thank you." And I was hard on them, you see. So again, parents, listen, you cannot save your kids. Watch your testimony now, but you cannot save them. That's God's job. But your job is to train them. Train them to have character. Train them to be decent. Train them to have a job, to keep a job. Have them do chores at the house. Clean behind themselves. Keep their rooms clean. If they're adults and they want to stay with you, they need to respect the rules of the house, and they need to pay rent. If they want to do whatever they want to do because they're grown, then they can be grown somewhere else. That is training.